Like the name, it's all changed on the TRACER front for next year. This is the first ground-up refresh of the model since 2015, with the 2019 edition being more of a stopgap version. The 847 cubic centimeters motor gets boosted to 890 cubic centimeters for 2022, wrapped in an all-new chassis, bodywork and electronics package to bring the GT into line with a few of the more expensive offerings from Europe and indeed Japan. And best of all, you can get it for under $15,000. Yamaha's reworked the intake system to give more noise, although I feel the old 2020 version had a bit more bark in that department. That's always been a TRACER trait, the deep, burbly induction roar, which is something retained for this year, just modified. The motor is matched to a revised Yamaha Chip Controlled Throttle, YCC-T, for smoother initial throttle openings, especially at low RPM where the pre-2022 3-cylinder motors were notoriously notchy. There's no mechanical connection between the throttle grip and the throttle body, it's all electronic, although Yamaha has tuned springs and tension of the throttle twist to feel as natural as possible. You're handed 4 throttle/engine maps in the Yamaha D-Mode system, with level 1 being quite touchy and aggressive down to level 4 being very much on the mellow side. The performance on offer is substantially upgraded from the previous generation GT. The extra capacity gives not just added torque but allows the motor a bit of breathing room, letting you surf the torque wave and not have to dance too much on the admittedly very smooth up and down quickshifter that comes as standard on the GT. From 3 to 9,000 RPM there's torque for days. Crack the throttle and the Yamaha lurches forward but does so in a less violent manner than in years past. This motor is wrapped in a brand new chassis that has the swing arm pivoting within the frame rails, rather than on the outside as per conventional FJ/GT models. This has contributed to a claimed 50% increase in lateral rigidity, something the rider can definitely feel when cranked over on the side of the tire. The chassis is rock solid, with a perfect amount of combined chassis flex and suspension plushness to tackle almost any terrain. This was especially true on the crappy surfaces we found on our test route up Angeles Crest Highway. Nissan still supplies 1/2 of the brakes for the GT, and they've fitted a new master cylinder to modulate the pressure fed to the Advix 4-piston piston calipers and 298mm discs. The braking system is linked, and this was something I wasn't a fan of during my afternoon on the GT. Use the rear brake only and you'll feel the front lever depress slightly. I would have much preferred a traditional non-linked system. The GT now comes with a 6-axis IMU that feeds information to the ECU on the bike's bank angle and throttle position, along with brake pressure and suspension stroke. The GT has thus now formally joined the tech revolution started almost a decade ago, when Aprilia brought out the first IMU, and didn't tell anyone about it, on the 2013 RS V4.